Hey everybody, welcome back to the game. This is turn 4. We're kind of in the middle of it here. We're going to continue with the other two heroes now. But first, a couple of adjustments. I noted it in my last video, but I need to make the adjustment now official. The Mauler actually rolled a defense of 1. That would have canceled 1 point of damage here, so I'm going to take that off of his card. So at this point in time he has 6 damage on him, but there's another issue. At the beginning of this turn, Jason said Grisbin would use his heroic feat. His first action that turn was to use his rage ability, which gained him a point of fatigue. Then he said he was going to make a second attack, and it's an attack action, using his heroic feat. So we turned over his card, his feat was used, and I'm the one who said, well, why don't you use your rage a second time? But as we look here on the hero turn summary, the actions you can perform are an attack action, or you can perform a ability or skill. And this one has the little arrow, meaning that it says perform an attack, but I think it is categorized as an ability or a skill. So this is somewhat in debate. It's also in debate around the use of Frenzy, which I think I used on a previous turn with an Overlord card, and then some other monster abilities that work as attacks also. That's actually where I found the debate. But I think what I'm going to do is agree with the majority, and that would say that I couldn't let Jason do that. I'm the one who did this. This was not specifically in Jason's post, so I'm going to actually take a point of fatigue off of Grisbin. But because rage could only be used once, we have to reduce the damage on Mauler by an additional point. So that kind of stinks. So that's going to leave Mauler with 5 points of damage on him. And I think that sets us up and gets everything straight for the rest of this turn. Well, Seth is playing our healer, Avric, and he's back on his feet and ready to make an attack and then back away from Mauler just a little bit. Our healer stands here but is using the oak staff, which has reach, and with a surge we can do some extra damage. Let's see if the healer can get lucky this time and break through Mauler's defenses. Seth will take the attack die and a yellow die. The Mauler gets his 2 defense dice. Let's see what happens. Alright. 3 damage, 2 defense. Well, we got through. Seth has done 1 point of damage to Mauler with a good thrust of his oak staff. So Mauler lets out a little oof. And then the healer will begin to retreat. I'm going to retreat the healer a few steps. Once again, I wasn't given a real specific number of steps, so it's kind of up to me to decide where I think he should go. And what I think, Seth, is that it would be good if you could stay within range of using your stone skin there on Grisbin. So let's move you back 1, 2. That's going to put you 1, 2, 3 within 3 spaces. I could also put you over here 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to put you there and kind of face the master goblin that's coming your way. So you are within 3 spaces of Grisbin there. That will allow you, in case Mauler attacks Grisbin, to boost his defense if necessary. Well, Minnesota Jason is playing Leoric of the book, and he's going to attack a goblin and then move back towards the center of the board. Well, here's our mage. We take a look at his position. We can count from this corner straight up here. He's got line of sight on the goblin, so he's going to attack goblin number 1 with Arcane Bolt. Arcane Bolt will use the blue and the yellow die, and the goblin, as a regular little goblin archer, is going to get 1 dice or 1 die for defense. Let's give these a roll. Uh-oh, we've got our first miss. When we roll that X, it doesn't matter what we roll on anything else. That's going to be a miss no matter what. Well, we've got an important decision to make here. The post was not so detailed. There wasn't kind of a, if this happens, then please do the other. Basically, we had attack the goblin and then move back towards the center of the board facing Mauler. But this attack just missed. And if Leoric doesn't take out this goblin will escape on its next move. So the question that I think I must decide now is, should Leoric make a second attack and use both of his actions there without moving to attack this this goblin archer, or should he move away and try to provide some support for the other team? I just can't help but think that the party would be pretty ticked at me if I took Leoric out of there without taking a second shot at that goblin archer. So let's let him attack again. So let's gather up the same dice, and we're going to use Minnesota Jason's second action to make a second attack on goblin number 1. Okay, what do we have? Plenty of range. That's got, what, 8 range? We have 2 damage. 1 damage is cancelled. A goblin archer has 2 defense, or I'm sorry, 2 health. So we need to do at least 2 health to kill it. So why don't we let that surge function as a pierce. That's going to shoot right through and cancel this defense die. That's going to result in 2 damage to the goblin archer, which will kill it. So goblin number 1 is removed from the board, but that leaves Leoric here, unless he wants to sort of max out his fatigue and push himself another couple of spaces this way. Alright, Minnesota Jason's turn is finished. Leoric of the book is there. I considered trying to push Leoric a little bit with the use of suffering fatigue to move a few spaces, but the mage's ability, unlike the healer's ability that goes out 3 spaces and touches heroes, the mage's ability extends out for 3 spaces and affects monsters, and Mauler is just too far away. So it won't be beneficial to move Leoric right now. I think he did the right thing by staying there and killing the goblin that would have gotten off the board next Overlord turn. So that's going to finish up the heroes. The Overlord is next.